All of us deserve to be using the latest and greatest the smartphone world has to offer. Having said that, have any of us stopped to consider how much smartphone do we really need? Like we at FTJ had a surprising revelation the other day regarding this very topic while brainstorming for video ideas. I thought I'd share that with you guys today. Hey guys, Anantan here from FTJ and let's roll. So this is how the conversation started. We were discussing the merits of buying phones used. Then it spiraled into why buying used might be an awesome but risky option. Happy to say that we have that video under production too. We don't know when that would be out or in what order, but hey, it's in the works. Anyway, we ended up talking about what each of us look in for a smartphone. And barring one or two of us, we all realize that we have overspent on our devices. So the first thing you need to be asking yourself is what's your ideal use cases? Are you someone that games a lot on the phone? Are you someone who travels a lot every day? Or are you someone that's into music? Or are you someone that consumes a lot of media? This is very important to pin down. You can choose more than one category as well. Let's say you are a gamer. In this case, a phone with a strong processor is important. Also, if you are playing casual games like Candy Crush or Gardenscapes, you are better off looking at phones with better battery life and charging than a phone with a 888 or an A14 Bionic. Don't you guys think a device with a 730 or a 765 would suffice? And something like the ROG 5 would be kind of overkill. Like imagine playing Candy Crush on a ROG Phone 5. Now, on the other hand, let's say you are playing something like Call of Duty and you want zero trade-offs. Then the ROG Phone 5 or the Legion gaming phone would fit the bill. Really, any phone with a flagship chip could be a worthy choice. Now, let's say you are a shutterbug like the models on Instant. You absolutely need to have a killer camera array both in front and back. Then something like the S21 Ultra or the iPhone 12 may be in your wheelhouse. But what about the pixels? We found the Pixel 4S cameras to be solid and almost flagship grade and also comes at a much lesser price tag. Wouldn't it be nice to save a few bucks while being able to achieve exactly what you want? Yes, the Pixel will have an inferior display or lesser battery life, but you can still use a computer to edit and post and use a battery bank to supplement your battery needs. Again, guys, this is just trying to lay out the facts like a friend would and help you save a few bucks in the process. We aren't telling you how to spend your money, nor are we judging you for spending more and getting an iPhone. Moving on, let's say you are one of those guys that like to watch a lot of videos on their smartphones. You listen to a lot of tunes on your phone and want to watch and rewatch all our FTJ content.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there.
Then the priorities kind of shift. You don't need a powerful processor or a killer cameras. Your priorities become battery life and good display along with a set of decent speakers and possibly a headphone jack. So no S21 Ultra, no iPhone and basically no 1 lakh plus devices. Something as simple as the Samsung Galaxy M51 would fit the bill here. This device has a massive battery, good display and even decent cameras as a kicker. The theme of this video is pay for what you are going to use and not for the features that you are never going to appreciate. Sounds fair? Let us know in the comments below if you think we make sense. Now, there are a lot of us that travel a lot, both within the cities and outside the cities on a regular basis for work. I know that we all are living with corona and travel is kind of taboo right now, but eventually we are going to start traveling again. Right? 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 In that case, a phone with a bigger battery and fastest charging would come in handy. I am not asking you to go and buy the Samsung A12 and go full miser mode. Something like the M51 or a year old ROG 3 or any of the Redmi or Realme mid ranges could do the trick. Even the Narzo 30 Pro would be a good buy here. Oodles of battery life, decent display, very nice cameras for the price. Again, this isn't something that's set in stone and the mid-range space is really heating up with cheap phones getting better and better. So plenty of options here. Okay, before I bounce, I'd like to say and personally request our community to not give a damn about social status or judging others based on the brand of smartphones they use. It is primitive, juvenile, and frankly stupid in my opinion.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Also, if you're someone that needs the best in class display, processor, and cameras, that's perfectly fine too. Getting a flagship isn't a crime, and there should be no penalty for success, in my opinion. So, then for those few people, there may be a better option than getting this year's flagship. The last year's flagship are perfectly viable options if you are using a high end device that's over 2 years old. This is typically how iPhone users upgrade. Let's say you're using an iPhone 7 or 8, the iPhone 11 is just as good a device as the iPhone 12. There isn't gonna be too much of a difference in the vast majority of day to day tasks. So, Food for thought. With that, we get to the end of this video. Until next time, this is Anathan and you are watching FTJ. I'll definitely catch you in the next one. Ciao.